Good afternoon everyone, welcome to my coaching tip today. I'm very sorry I couldn't do one yesterday, wasn't feeling 100%, but back to normal now. Went down to the shop today to meet up with some customers who came to pick up some goods that they'd ordered already, and also to call some other customers who wanted to use credit cards and debit cards over the telephone, which we did. It was actually quite busy down there for a while, cleaning up the range and doing all sorts of things. I'm next down there next Wednesday in the morning. So again, if you wish to order anything or you have ordered goods and you want to pick them up, please let me know and we can arrange to meet up down there. If you want to do any credit card or debit card transactions that day as well for account top-ups to buy stock and so on, or raffle tickets or whatever, then let me know again and I will liaise with you and call you on any number you forward to me, or we'll meet up down there as well. It was just nice to be at the actual golf club today. The courses look fantastic and there are rumblings that we may be back in business within the next couple of weeks. That's a sort of directive coming from various golfing bodies, and what I'm trying to do is just make sure that everything is ready to go. The range is prepared, clean, we put all the necessary precautions in with the guidelines in the shop, coaching and so on. So let's hope that's right and there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Customer rang me or contacted me yesterday regarding what golf ball to use at different times of the year, and coming into the summer, the ground obviously firms up. It's more important to use a slightly softer ball with more spin on it. There are about 400 different types of golf ball excuse me, that I could stock if I could afford to and wanted to. We tend to stock the most popular ones on the market. So this time of year, try and get used to one type of ball because you'll see most benefit in around the greens, the spin on the ball with chipping and so on and putting. And if you use different compression balls from day to day, then you won't get the same reaction. In the winter, it's not quite as important because the ground's softer and so on. But if you want any more advice on that, because it really is quite a complicated issue, then when we're back at the shop, please just come in and have a chat or contact me before then by email if you wish to. The other day I talked about divot taking with irons, and that it's a downward blow, a compression on the ball, and that the bottom of the swing is beneath the ball and the end of the bottom of the arc of the swing is actually past the ball, which is why top players take divots, which I explained to you. And I warned against going into the garden and swinging merrily, trying to miss the ground because you don't want to take divots out of your grass and therefore you're practicing topping or thinning the ball. So be careful with that. Get a coconut mat, a golfing mat if you've got one, and just bash into that, and when you're back at the club and you can get down to the practice ground, the second practice ground, and hit off grass, then you can really work at that. Now with the wood, as I said the other day, it's not designed to take a divot, this is a rescue wood, but we still want to flatten off the bottom of this circle. We don't want it just to touch the ground and then come straight up. I used the analogy or the visualization the other day of imagine the ball lying on a layer of sand, and that when you hit the ball, you want to take a path out of the sand about 5 or 6 inches long, so you know the club head's been on the ground for that amount of time. In the garden, we just tried to do it a minute ago, and it was so windy out there that the clarity of the sound was very poor, so we've come back in here. But can you imagine putting 2 tees in the ground in the garden about that far apart and about that high? So we don't want the club coming in from an inside shallow angle, hitting the first tee, coming up and missing the second. We don't want to come from a steep angle, miss the first tee and hit the second. We want it to be flat coming in so that both of those tees, when you've done your swing, have been knocked out of the ground or moved. So you know your club head is on the ground, as I said, for that amount of time. As you become more proficient at it, just gradually lower the height of the tee, so eventually they really are quite low and you can knock both of those out, so you know your club head has really brushed the ground for a few inches. If you do that, you have to create backspin on the ball has to get airborne, and we don't know how straight it will go, but getting it airborne is the most important thing. We've all topped the ball off the fairway, which is a pretty irritating shot to play. So that's something you can do in the garden. It's pretty soggy out there at the moment, but it will firm up as we go along, so that might help you. Tomorrow we'll go into the next teaching tip. The raffles are still open, sorry to keep pressing the point, but they are going extremely well for the all-day coaching package and the credits for the shop, the vouchers. So just please call me at Mike Henning, or contact me at mikehenninggolf@gmail.com if you wish to purchase any. Again, last time I'll remind you, I'm down there next Wednesday. I'd love to see any of you. If you want to come up and say hello, we can say hello from a distance. But the shop is absolutely fine. So might see two of you down there next week. If I'm not in the shop, my cars, they'll be up at the range clearing the bird poop off the mats. Look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. Have a good day. Keep well. All the best, Mike.